Hey everybody, welcome back to Reggie's Cook into Life's Lessons. The kitchen looks different because I am not at home. I am in Atlanta visiting my soon to have a baby daughter. So I took and brought my gear with me and said that I'm going to do something special for her and for you guys. What I'm going to do, I am going to make a Salmon Wellington. Of course, this is the first time that I'm ever doing this. So, whew, let's ride this out together. And what I'm going to do, before she comes in here, is a beautiful piece of salmon, but it has the skin on it, and some people don't eat the fish with the skin on it. So what I did was, of course, I learned how with the way you're supposed to take the skin off the salmon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the skin off the salmon before she even gets out here. And I know that, and what I just did was I took and started it. I started it, and then I was told to take a towel to hold the skin, that skin, so that I can take the knife and go like this to remove the skin from the fish. I mean, from the salmon, the skin off the salmon. And to keep wiggling it like I'm doing now, all the way through. I'm kind of pulling it, yes, I'm pulling it, and it seems to be not a major project to be doing this. And folks, I believe we have some success. Now, this is what I'm supposed to do. Yes, yes, I did it. I skinned the salmon. And this, some people use it to fry this up and make some hors d'oeuvres or something, a tata, I believe that's what the guy called it. But again, I'm not going to do anything with it, so I'm going to put that to the side. And one of the things they said to do was to, like this is a thin edge, so I'm cutting that off because it won't cook. It won't cook evenly, and I don't want somebody to take a bite of this Wellington and one piece of it is overcooked or super hard like that. So I'm really supposed to, like I said, trim it down to be like even. So you see what I did. Now I think that works. So we're in Atlanta. I'm going to bring my daughter out here. We're going to talk. We're going to have a great conversation, and I'm going to be making this Salmon Wellington. We're going to make it together for the first time. This is the first time that I'm doing this, and I want you guys to follow and like, and I want you to be able to do it from what I'm doing with you. When she comes back, when she comes here, we'll talk about the ingredients and stuff like that. But as you see, I took the skin off the salmon. I don't know, look at that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is the way that that's supposed to look. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Skinned it right, yay! So that means we're on our way to a beautiful show. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Here in Atlanta visiting my daughter, my beautiful daughter. I had to come see her before she dropped the load. So, and again, I had called my daughter and I said, honey, I want you to be with me while I do one of my cooked into life lessons in your kitchen, and that I was going to do something special with her. And what we're going to do, let me get on this side, we're going to do Salmon Wellington.
I'm excited.
Yes, me too, because again, folks, you know how we doing this stuff for the first time and all that kind of stuff. So I have all the ingredients here. I have my red onions, shallots. I have the garlic. I have the breadcrumbs. I have the Parmesan cheese. I have the cream cheese. I have the butter, and of course I put some. This recipe doesn't call for anything more than salt and pepper that I'll sprinkle onto the salmon to season it up, and I'm going to season this up and stick this to the side. But I'm going to also throw some of this seasoning in when I'm making the spinach that goes inside of the Wellington. Everybody don't necessarily know what a Wellington is, but you're sure going to find out with me. So of course, as you see, I skinned it. I skinned my salmon. I took the skin off my salmon, and again, it was the first time I ever did it, and I did it right. Like I said, the guy that I watched do this said that sometimes people save this for tatas, some type of deep fry the skin and make a little hors d'oeuvre with that. So what we have, we're going to start off like this. So we have it skinned, and I put some seasoning on there. Now we're going to take this and put it to the side. We're going to put it to the side.
The seasoning smells great.
Yes. So when I say put it to the side, I didn't just throw it over in the corner. I put it on a cookie sheet. Okay. So that's one of the best things about this cooking thing.
Okay.
The season, when you smell the season, or you're cutting up fresh vegetables and things like that, all that stuff be like, you'd be like, oh my goodness, it's got to be going to taste good, because it sure smells good. But and I didn't mention, of course, we got spinach and puff pastry sheets, because the Wellington, the salmon is wrapped in the puff pastry. So what we're going to do now, so we're going to go to the stove. And what I got to change the camera angle so you'll be able to see the stove and stuff like that on the second camera. So I'm going to change that, and we'll be right back. Reggie's beautiful daughter, Marquita Gaines Hargrove.
Salmon Wellington.
Yes, we are doing it. Subscribe. We'll be right back. Guys, we're back. And me and Marquita had already decided what we was going to talk about. So we're going to stick to the script. But first, I'm going to throw this butter into the pan, because we're going to we already skinned the salmon. And so now we're going to work on the spinach and the cream cheese thing. So, oh my goodness, which spoon I got it right here. Oops. Okay. Now, mommy, here, face that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way. So what we had decided we were going to talk about is my daughter was born with sickle cell anemia. She has been a spokesperson. She has had a period in her life growing where she was a spokesperson for sickle cell and the Red Cross, right? And so as a life lesson, we want to pass off some information. We're going to be talking about the sickle cell anemia disease. Now I have, but let me move a little quicker here. So I'm throwing in my shallots, my onions, and I'm throwing in the garlic. We want this to Oh, I gotta come down a little bit. Let me come down a little bit on the temperature. Oh my goodness. You should smell this, guys. Well, smell-o-vision is coming.
The garlic and the onions.
Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to take and throw this seasoning, some of this seasoning in here that I have. Oh, okay. Now, it's moving right along. So, because this is not, this what I'm doing this part is not the long part. This is, actually, of course, we always try to keep our meals within 30 minutes.
30-minute meals?
Yeah, we try to. Now sometimes we deal with the prep and it adds and makes some time to it. But folks, as I was saying, because I want to make sure I get the breadcrumbs in here, and the Parmesan cheese. Oh, and of course the cream cheese. All this stuff has to cook down into this stuff. Look, Marquita, tell them how it smells, please.
I smell so many good flavors going on, y'all. We have just added the cream cheese, the breadcrumbs and everything.
And Parmesan cheese.
The Parmesan cheese, everything is coming together real nice.
Look, yeah, well, they can see it. They can see it. So, okay. So, again, I don't want to say again, but Marquita, like I said, she's been a spokesperson for the Sickle Cell Anemia and the Red Cross, and I want her to talk about some of her experience with that and give some, would you say, advice or encouragement to people who, new mothers who have children that, they realize and find out their child has sickle cell. And Marquita's grown, she's married, and she's going to be a new mother herself. So sickle cell has its ups and downs, but you can still live and be happy. I know my daughter's happy.
Right.
So please, give us some information about the sickle cell.
So we know that sickle cell anemia is a blood disorder that affects the red blood cells, and what happens is the red blood cells lose oxygen quickly, causing pain in different areas of the body. I try to explain to people that because blood flows everywhere, I can have pain anywhere. So it'll sometimes be in my joints or my legs, and nowadays they have advanced treatment so much that women who do decide to have children, they can be tested early to determine whether or not their baby will be born with sickle cell.
Now, folks,
My dad just added the spinach.
yes. So now the spinach is going to cook down. So in fact, I'm lowering the heat because the spinach is going to cook down. So, and I'm going to keep adding the spinach until because I want to add the whole bag. And it might look like it's overflowing, but again, spinach cooks down. It's cooking down. So.
So.
In fact, how she has sickle cell is her mother had the trait and I had the trait. This is something that I didn't even know. Actually, I didn't know until I joined the military. And,
so they discovered during different tests when
yes,
you were applying?
that I had the trait.
Okay.
That I had the trait. I believe. Well, I'm saying that, but I don't. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think that's who told me. But I know that I found out that that's how a child can get the trait, and I know that it's a statistic type thing because I do have 4 other children.
Right. So there was a 25% chance that I would have the full condition. And so what my family has always done is we face life and the challenges from sickle cell as they come. You know, we don't just sit around anticipating the pain crisis or painful episodes, you know, and thankfully my family has always treated me as, you know, a strong person who can face life's challenges as they come. So we don't sit and wait on the pain, but when it comes, we.
She said with her family, we treat her the way she wants to be treated. I mean, because you know, we worried, me and her mother worried as parents and stuff like that, and still worry. But again, she is such a soldier. She goes this, and she learned so much about the disease. So that again, she was able to. The people wanted her to be a representative, to explain, to talk about the ins and outs of this, which she's doing now, and you see, again, she's not stopped living.
Yep.
She's not stopped living.
If anything, I feel like I'm motivated more for every day that I'm well and can get out of bed. I try to make that day as best as I can, and like my dad said, just keep going.
Imagine this is a motivational piece right here, because if she can do it, and there's people that have amputees that are born handicapped, other handicaps and stuff like that, and they still get up and live. They believe in themselves. And because when you believe in yourself and love yourself, there's a lot of there's no what's in your way? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing is in your way when you can believe and love yourself, and you can treat people right. You treat people the way you want people to treat you. Because she's not bitter. So life is good, and we are doing this Salmon Wellington to make it even better.
Yes.
Marquita Gaines Hargrove in the kitchen with her pops.
Yes.
And we're doing Salmon Wellington. And look, folks, this is what we want. We'll make sure I got everything in there. I got all the ingredients in there. I do. And we just want this to cook down just a little bit more. But look at that. Look at that.
It looks great.
It does look great. Mm. And it's cooking down. Oh yes, this is what we want. This is what we want.
Okay, so for today, what made you decide the Salmon Wellington? Is this a nice family meal that we could have?
Oh, this is definitely. You can look at where we're at. Look at where we're at. This is cooked down. It's got the breadcrumbs, the cream cheese, the Parmesan cheese. Smells wonderful, and again, you hear people. It's like people talking about not hors d'oeuvres. They talk about those eggs, those black. What's the black eggs?
Caviar.
Caviar. Caviar is supposed to be something that's super exclusive if you put in caviar, because it's expensive. We're having Salmon Wellington, because I wanted my daughter to know that I'm putting an effort in. And this is sure enough a talking piece. My dad came and we had Salmon Wellington.
Exactly.
Yes, and it's doing its thing. Now, so when we get to this part, we're going to just let it cook down just a little bit more. And then we'll put this to the side, and then the puff pastry comes in, because we're going to put the salmon, we're going to roll out the puff pastry, put the salmon on the puff pastry, and then this will go on top of the salmon. Then we'll mix the egg, because we're going to have an egg wash that will, when we fold the puff pastry over top of the salmon and the spinach filling, then we're going to bake this, and we'll bake it at 400 degrees for like 35, 40 minutes. And that way we don't want to overcook the fish, but we want the puff pastry to cook to a golden brown. So we're going to set this to the side. This is done. This is done. We're going to set this to the side. Yeah, smell that.
Yeah.
Mm.
A handful of ingredients.
Oh man, yes.
Cook it together.
Yes.
Look what you can do.
Oh, you know what? We almost missed a major ingredient. We gotta put some white wine in there. We're supposed to put a 1/4 cup of white wine. Now, talking about flavor.
Okay.
Now, we're going, oh, look, I can smell the wine cooking in there. Look, now, this is how, because I was saying to myself, hey, it looks like do I should put more butter in it? But I forgot to put the wine in.
Now it's where we need it.
Now is where we need it, because now, look at there. Look at the gravy. Look at the gravy going. Look at that gravy.
Oh,
look
yeah.
at that gravy. But we got to cook this off. We're going to cook this off, so it's just, do you smell that?
That took it to another level.
It took it to another level. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, baby.
Uh-huh.
Woo. Well, again, because this is the first time I'm cooking this, that's why I almost forgot the wine. But we did it. We did it. Now, like I said, we're going to put this to the side. Yes. I gotta let this cook like this until the wine cooks off.
Okay.
Until it's.
So we just get the essence.
Yes.
Okay.
You see what it's doing, right? Oh my goodness. It's because, and you know what? I think because the wine, the spinach is boiling in the wine. You see how it went cooked down even more. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. That's out of the way.
Okay.
This is the way it's supposed to look. Now, okay, we're going to turn this off. I turned that off. I'm going to let that sit right there. We are going to move. We're going to move into the next step. We're going to see what else Marquita has to tell us about sickle cell, the sickle cell disease, and how she's dealing with it, and how she's living life. Actually, she don't know. Sometimes she don't know that she's going to wake up and have a crisis, a sickle cell crisis, and sometimes she just barrels through when she doesn't feel at her greatest.
And you're right, because that's why sickle cell is so hard to treat, because the doctors don't know, or the patient, when the pain will come, mm-hmm. how long it will last, or severe it will be. So you take each day at a time. I am compliant with what the doctors advise me to do, mm-hmm. and I think that's why I've been able to stay so healthy. I still have all my joints and my spleen. A lot of times, sickle cell patients, their spleen will accidentally start collecting all the sickle cells and sort of shred itself and have to be removed. But thankfully, with the medication and treatment plan that I'm on, mm-hmm. I still have all of my organs and insides. And the doctors, they're very knowledgeable, and we work as a team, because this is my life and my body.
That is outstanding. That's a great message to give the folks. Reggie's Cooked into Life Lessons. We are having a cooking lesson. We're having a life lesson on how you can look at sickle cell And in fact, if she doesn't wear a sign on her head that says I have sickle cell, so, and she's such a beautiful woman, and you can't tell. So somebody walking by you could have sickle cell, and it could be taking all they have to keep it moving. But that moving, keeping it moving, is what makes them smile. So, get it together. Get it together. Love yourself. Be the best you can for yourself. Well, we're going to pull out this puff pastry. We're going to put the salmon on it. Then we're going to put the spinach stuff on top of it. We're going to put the egg wash on it. Then we're going to preheat the oven, turn the oven on, preheat the oven, throw it in the oven. And then you know how we do. We'll come back when it's done, so you can see us take a little piece.
Oh yeah, samples. That's what I'm sticking around for.
Oh my goodness, these folks, they always want to sample. But we're having a good time. I'm having a great visit in my daughter's kitchen. I'm glad to see her and her husband are very happy, and they already got 2 little children that walk around with 4 legs. With 4 legs on them, and you know I got the 2 at the crib. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to set this up so you can see our next step. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons with Marquita Hargrove. I was going to say Hargrove Gaines, but I don't want her husband to hear that one. Marquita Gaines Hargrove. It's discussing, dealing, coping, having sickle cell, and still. Okay, we're back, right? We're going to, we moved to another step of the Salmon Wellington. We put the salmon that we seasoned, we put it on the puff pastry, we centered it, and you know, we put the 2 pieces together, so we used the egg white to blend that part. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this mixture, the spinach, we're going to put this on top here. And we're rolling, you know, smoothing it across a little bit, guys. So that, you know, we're not going to just have those chunks of it on there like that. This Salmon Wellington. Salmon Wellington is what we're doing here. Now we preheated the oven. We got the oven on. The oven is on at 400. And this is going to stay in there for 30, 35 minutes, something like that. Because we don't want the fish to cook too long. We don't want to overcook the fish. We want it to come out superb. Marquita is here with me. We hope that you guys learned something from our conversation, or are learning something from the conversation that we're having, and we're talking about her dealing with the sickle cell anemia and still living a life and following the instructions of her doctors and being mindful of her own health, because she's married, she's bringing a beautiful little girl into this world. We're going to have a good time in this, and we're going to enjoy all of this, and we're making this beautiful meal. Now, again, you see, guys, you see how we put the spinach mixture together. Now we're going to take the egg wash and go around the edges of the puff pastry, because, of course, this is going to
act as a seal.
Yep, it's going to make it stick, because we don't want the ingredients coming out as it cooks. So, and of course the egg white is the paste on the dough. And again, this is our first time making this, and yeah, it's special. It's a special meal because I'm visiting my daughter in Atlanta. So, I mean, but you can have this anytime you want to, because you can fix it anytime. This would be really a surprise for a guest that's coming over, and you throw together Wellington, Salmon Wellington. Now we're going to pull this half over. Oh yeah, yes. See that, Mommy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we're going for.
That is what we're going for. Now we're going to flip this end over, and now here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. And then we're going to fold the ends. In fact, we're going to put some wash up here too. We put the wash on the ends, on this end. Marquita, how many months are you now?
We made it to month number 8.
Month number 8. OMG. OMG. Look at this, guys. This looks fantastic. This looks fantastic. And we have the cookie sheet with the porcelain paper on it. So, and we got the oven. Now we got the oven preheated. So here we go. There we go. Here we go. We're going to bring that over there like that. This is looking special. It is looking special. Now we're going to take the folded end, Marquita, please.
The pan?
The pan. And what we're going to do is we're flipping. Okay, we're putting the folded end down. The folded end down. Fold it end down. Now we got the folded end down. We're going to take and still spread some wash on it. And we're going to cook this until it's golden brown. This, of course, this is the first time that we ever did this. Go ahead, Mom.
I was going to ask, since you enjoy cooking as a hobby, what is your favorite part? Seeing the end result and your guests loving it and fellowship and all that? Yes.
I love when you're in the kitchen with me and you see what I'm doing, right? First, I want to encourage you to want to try something, to try something different, because like we're talking about how these meals are the first time that I cook them, and the fact that they've all been different. They're all different. Now we're going to take the knife. We're taking the knife, guys, and we're going to slide this across here, slide this across here, slide this across here, slide this across here, here. Yes, but see how just all of this, and when they come out looking, when the meal comes out, the plate comes out looking like, bam, like I should be on TV. I'm excited. And then we're going to still go this way too.
Okay.
We're still going to go this way. Look at there. Look at this. Look how pretty that looks. And guys, folks, come on, Mama. Let's stand here and show them. Let's show them what we got here. Oh, let's show them what we got. And with this is we're gonna stick this in the oven, and this will come out of the oven before that comes out of the oven. We'll be right back. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. I'm down here in Atlanta with my daughter Marquita and her husband Josh. And I got my son here too. Reggie's out there somewhere. But we're having a great time. We're going to throw this in the oven. When we come back, you'll see what we got going on. Salmon Wellington. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. We're wrapping this up because we have, bam.
The completed dish. Look how great it looks.
Yes, we have the bam. We have the bam. So we're going to cut us a piece, and of course, you know how we close out the segments, the shows. So we're going to cut us a piece and tell you how good it tastes. Here we go. Go here. Oh, we need a spatula.
Okay.
Oh my God, I forgot I don't do spatula. But it looks so good all with one piece. So this.
Ooh.
Put that there. OMG. Well, we'll just let you
Okay.
let you do the tasting.
Um,
Well, we see.
Cheers to a good cooking lesson.
Well, that's just time to unwind.
And I get the honors, right?
You get the honors.
Okay. I want them to see me. Look how great that looks.
Show it to this lens right here. This camera right there. Yes. Yes. Hey, you can't stand right here. Sweetheart, look right into the camera right there.
Okay.
There you go. Oh.
It looks flaky from the pastry crust.
Oh, yes, and the fish is done. You can see the fish is done. Yes, well cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Bon appetit.
Even better than I imagined.
Oh, yes, we love you guys. Subscribe. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Me and Marquita.